I'd like to introduce the educators from RMIT who appear in this MOOC. To begin with, there's the lead educators. That's Professor Ralph Horn and myself, Brendan Barrett, and we're essentially urban specialists. In week one, you get to meet Wendy Steele, and she'll talk about her idea of the wild city and connect that to notions of ethics and justice. That's very much in line with a new book that she's got coming out. Then we'll hear from John Postel. He's been doing research in Spain on the grassroots movements and how they're using digital technology to achieve their goals. This is followed in week 3 by Libby Porter, who talks about connectedness and respect within the planning process. And then Diego Dodson, who is the director of the RMIT Center for Urban Research, talks about how we can future-proof our cities, particularly from a planning and transportation perspective. In week 4, we hear from Joe Hurley, and he's talking about the local business environment in Melbourne and sharing his perspectives on more ethical approaches to urban development. And then finally, in week 5, Crystal Legacy talks about citizen engagement and public participation. We also share with you some videos that we recorded at an event in Melbourne, the Urban Thinkers Campus on Ethical Cities, and we hear from the Lord Mayor of Melbourne, Robert Doyle. We hear from Steve Chadwick, who is the Mayor of Rotorua in New Zealand, and we also hear from Cesar Busato, who is the Chief Resilience Officer in Porto Alegre in Brazil. And what these experts do is provide you with a very holistic perspective on our understanding of the ethical city.